Good afternoon. It's your weekly shout out. Sorry I've missed a couple of weeks. It's been a hectic couple of weeks. I've been out of the office. Spent some time recently up in or down in Indian Wells at the City Managers Conference. It was a great showing of individuals talking about a lot of similar challenges that we're seeing here in the city, whether it's retention and recruitment issues, whether it's financial challenges related to our CalPERS liabilities, just changes in how sales tax dollars are flowing into our city. It's certainly a reminder that the city of San Luis Obispo, like many of our friends and colleagues throughout the state of California, are experiencing a lot of the things that we're seeing here in San Luis Obispo. A little bit about what happened this week at the city council meeting. We had a lot of individuals showed up for public comment, commenting on the rental housing inspection program. People commenting on box art and what the city had plans for in terms of refreshing the box art, and the council is going to take a look at that policy and see if there's ways that we can work with our community at the same time, make sure that those boxes continue to live up to the high standards that we have for the city. And then we had a few commenters who come forward and talk about rainfall or the amount of rainfall we received this year, and suggesting that the city maybe consider a moratorium. And the utilities director got up and provided an excellent and thorough response in which she outlined the plans that we have to address drought today and into the future. Looking ahead for the city council meetings, we've got for March the 1st, we've got the 2016 allocation of community development block grant funding, and we've got an update from Chief Olson on our fire master plan and our cost allocation for new development. This specifically relates to the proposal and the need for a 5th fire station in the southern part of the city, and what are we going to do to meet that need. Looking ahead on the 15th, we've got a couple public hearings. One is for some tax-exempt bonds for a housing authority project for affordable housing out over on Ironbark and on Pismo Streets. We've got the ledge platform coming forward from the city attorney's office, a democracy voucher proposal for city-funded elections that the council is going to hold a hearing on, and then the council is going to consider whether or not to take the full allocation of water from Nacimiento. Then moving to the 5th, we've got an update, a fire update on the fire master plan. We've got a few public hearing items, a construction board of appeals, and initiate a specific plan on Madonna, and then a zone change to allow entertainment out near the airport. I forgot to mention this week the couple business items that we did have that were heard that are important. One, there was a long hearing on the proposed renovation of the gas station site on Santa Rosa, and the council decided to allow the applicant to move forward and provided a range of feedback for them to proceed with that application. And then, of course, one of the main items was our report on our mid-year budget and our status on major city goals. And Shelley and Zena did an outstanding job presenting that information to the city council. We got great feedback from the council, who voted unanimously to accept the report, and certainly lauded staff for all of the work and accomplishments that we've already made this year. Speaking of accomplishments, just a few little highlights from IT. We've been moving forward with the 911 upgrade, and it looks like it's functioning great. And a quote from Eric is the new 911 system has come online like a slow-moving train running through town. So it's moving really well. They'll be testing that system moving forward. We're also testing the mobility of hardware, including new VPN access for department heads. And police dispatchers and evidence managers are getting training on the new voice recording system, which will allow for more complete recording of total communications related to the calls to 911. We're certainly working on a lot of help desk tickets and assisting JS and network services for our budget review, and we're continuing to make great progress in learning how to create crowdsourcing mobile device applications. And then we presented the fire hazard model related to Bishop's Peak to city senior management, and the presentation showcased and informed a lot about the scientific methods that went into that. So certainly a lot going on. I also want to mention they did help with demobilizing 955 Morrow, which is being demolished next week. That's part of the Chinatown project, which many of you may have seen that they've transitioned the construction work from Monterey Street to up to Palm Street and along Morrow. In the finance world, just want to announce to everyone that Lori announced that she's going to be moving on, and she gave her notice that she'll be leaving the city effective March the 9th. Tracy will be stepping in and providing temporary support on payroll. We've got a couple good leads on temp payroll staff that should be able to fill in right away, and we'll be opening up that recruitment so that we don't skip a beat. Certainly, I think everyone's excited to see Barb Airbar step in, and she's been she's a familiar face that knows the city systems and has already proven to be of tremendous support to my calendar and the emails, and she worked this week to get the Investment Oversight Committee packet out to the committee on time. She's also been helping with reviewing the applications for the Admin 3 position. We had over 170 applications, and so it took quite a lot of work to sort through those and cull it down to a workable group of 8 individuals that we want to interview. Also want to mention that you'll be seeing some more temp staff in. We had a temp staff individual who came in for a couple days, and just indicative of the tight labor market that's out there. They were here for 2 days, received some training from Vilma, and unfortunately got recruited away for a regular position at an outside employer. And so that's just is really telling as we look at the recruitments and the competitiveness in the labor market these days. The last point I want to talk about is GFOA. We spent a couple days this week hearing from Mike Muha and Eva Olsaker about the recommendations in their report. If you didn't have a chance to sit in on the report, there were some key recommendations. The first one is to replace our outdated financial system, which probably should not come as a surprise. The second one is to update our chart of accounts, which is a key recommendation. The third one is to develop service level agreements with all of the departments. And the last one is to really embark on some short-term business process improvements. So we've got some work cut out for us. I really want to thank everyone who sat in through the 2 days of meetings and heard the variety of feedback. We've certainly had our thinking hats on, and really folks began to think about how we could do business differently and how we can address the challenges in the short and long term. So what does that mean, and what does that mean for the department and kind of moving ahead? As many of you know, we have SOPCs that are due to Zena for review by the budget review team and the city manager in the middle of April, and so we're going to be working on those right away to get those over to Zena, and we'll be preparing a strategy for both short, medium, and long-term staffing that is needed to implement the recommendations that are coming out from GFOA. Happy to answer any questions. Looking forward to a weekend to rest up and spend some time with the family. Hope everyone will have the opportunity to do the same. And looking forward to next week. I'll be out a couple days on Tuesday and Wednesday at a department head retreat. We'll be talking a lot about a variety of operational issues, but specifically we'll have an opportunity to talk about some of the strategic areas that overlap with the recommendations that came out from GFOA. I think there's clear excitement across the board about some of the clarity that they have brought, and really that clarity is a result of the candidness and the trust that you've placed in both me and in them in your ideas about how to make this organization better. So appreciate all the input, and look forward to, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.